Hi everyone, welcome to Papa's Workshop. In this very quick video today, I want to be able to show you how I mix the nutrients that actually go into these gutter downspout containers. Very simple to do, and you can tell the celery is absolutely loving it. Now this last hole down here, I've left open so that I can check the level of the nutrients. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see that in the camera, but this is about half full, maybe a little bit more than half full. And I want to be able to keep it filled between the half full mark and about 3/4 of the way. If it's any more than that, it's going to starve the roots for the air and the oxygen that it needs. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this cap back on. But you can see the celery is just absolutely gorgeous. And it has almost doubled in size in the few days since I have put it in here. And so far, it is absolutely loving the greenhouse. The lettuce got a little too hot. It was actually getting sunburned. So I moved the lettuce indoors and I have it under grow lights. But for now, the celery is absolutely loving this. Just a real quick scan around the greenhouse and you can see that everything is just going crazy. It's growing fast. It's just about doubled in size on everything that I have in here. I'm very impressed with the strawberries. It's starting to produce quite a bit of fruit. On the other side, I've got the tomatoes and they have more than doubled in size. In fact, I'm just about to the point where I'm going to have to go ahead and stake these off so that they will continue to grow straight up. But this is looking fantastic. I've already got some blooms that are starting to come out, so that should start being able to produce fruit very shortly. And that is just looking amazing. Very, very happy with it. Down here, I've got some little sucker plants that are starting to grow. I don't want to pick those off yet. I actually want to let these grow a little bit larger. I'm going to pick these off, replant them, and grow some additional tomatoes. But this is all turning out fantastic. And see, you can see the little blossoms there. And you can see the little sucker right there. And so I'll make a new tomato plant with this. And I'll have tomatoes, not too distant future, right there. And when I transplant the bell peppers, you cut the top of them off and you can see all of the new growth that's coming out. And that's actually going to increase the yield as this begins to bush out. Okay, there you have a real quick update on what's taking place in the greenhouse. I'm not showing the whole garden in this video. I want to go ahead and move inside now into the shop and mix up the fertilizer for these downspout gutters. Okay, to mix the hydroponic fertilizer, you need 3 ingredients. The first ingredient is the fertilizer, and this is the 4-1836 master blend. This is the calcium nitrate, and you need some Epsom salts. You can purchase this readily available just about anywhere. The Epsom salts at the grocery store, and the others, there's multiple sources on the internet to be able to do this. Now I'm going to be using a 1/2 ounce of the Epsom salts and 1 ounce of the fertilizer and the calcium nitrate. And I'm putting this all in a 5-gallon bucket with 3 gallons of water. Put the empty cup on the scale. I'll turn on the scale and we'll get this set. And I'm going to have this in ounces. Right there it says ounces and it's set for 0. So I'm just going to fill this cup up now with 1 ounce of each of those solutions. And I'm going to use a separate cup for each of these ingredients. And I'm starting out with the calcium nitrate. I'm just going to put 1 ounce in the cup. And then from there, I'll set it aside and do the same thing for the fertilizer itself, for the master blend. Again, 1 ounce. And then a 3rd cup, I'll have set up for the Epsom salts. And that will be the 1/2 ounce. Now the reason that I'm using the 3 separate cups is so that I can actually mix the ingredients thoroughly before I put it into the 3 gallons of water. And this gives a much better mixture. So here are the 3 ingredients. This is the fertilizer, the 4-1838 for 1 ounce. And this is my calcium nitrate. And this is the Epsom salt. Now there's 1 ounce of each of these and a 1/2 ounce of the Epsom salts. Now the calcium nitrate actually is a little bit difficult to be able to dissolve. So I'm going to go ahead and put the water in this cup, and we're going to stir this until it is thoroughly mixed. And this will take a couple of minutes. Once this is completely dissolved, I'll go ahead and pour this into my 3-gallon bucket of water. There's still a few more granules. Okay, that looks real good. So I'm going to pour this into the water now. I know some of you will say just pour it all in and mix it at once, but that's really not the best way. And I have a stir stick to be able to stir this up. I did the same thing with the other 2 ingredients, and with them all in, then I want to be able to use a stir stick and completely mix the ingredients in this 3 gallons of water. Now that it's all mixed up, this is going to be my storage container with the lid on it. But to be able to pour it into the downspout gutter system, I use a 1-gallon milk jug to be able to do that. Now I have this clearly labeled as my garden fertilizer, and this is the jug that I'm using. And to be able to top this off, I just simply take the plug out. I can see the level, and I can just go ahead and pour this in to where it's about 3/4 of the way up to the top. You don't want to fill it all the way up because you need that airspace to be able to oxygenate the plant. Add just a little bit more. That should be about right. And that will last probably a week, week and a half, depending on how the temperature is in the greenhouse. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in. Now, should it begin to get too hot for this celery, I'm going to go ahead and move it indoors. So even though it's early spring, it still gets up to about 86 degrees in this greenhouse. And that's with these areas of the roof completely open, so it gets plenty of ventilation. That caught me a little bit by surprise because the outside air temperature has been, for the most part, in the 60s, and I think we had one day in the low 70s. But as a result, the greenhouse did get awful hot. Too hot for the lettuce. Everything else is absolutely loving it. Even though this is completely wide open right now and there is tons of ventilation, I do plan on putting some screen into this so that the ventilation will still be there, but it'll help keep the bugs and the birds out. This winter, I'll go ahead and put the polycarbonate sheets in to keep it warm. I want to thank everybody for watching this video today. I know it was really short, and I want to be able to get these little small information out to you so it will help you in your garden. These plants are growing, literally having to do nothing at all. I planted them, I put the nutrients in, and I left it alone. That is a fantastic way to be able to garden. And I plan on adding some additional plants up here and these remaining ones. But for now, this is doing great, and I wanted to see just how well it would do in the greenhouse. In years past, I've always grown the plants indoors, and it's done fantastic. Well, I'm trying to move more and more outdoors with everything. So if you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and while you're there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the little bell notification. That way, you'll be notified on the different videos that I'm uploading. So for now, I'll see you next time in the video, hopefully in the garden or in the shop, or wherever it may be. Bye-bye now.